back to the Not Too Shabby channel, and I wanted to give you another use for your pancake stamp set. I thought it would be fun to do something I had mentioned in my hop video, which is to use one of these little additional stamps, in this case the strawberry, to make just a fun little border. So I am going to pick that up on my block. I'm going to grab my memento because I do want to color this when I am done. But basically, all I need to do is just ink it up a little bit and just sort of make a fun little border. And I could use, and the thing I love about the pattern paper from Not Too Shabby is really how nicely it stamps, which you don't see everywhere. So that is one of my favorite things to do. I think I'll just put one at an angle for the corner here. Whoop, there we go. And then I'm going to turn my paper, and I'm just sort of changing the direction of the strawberries as I go. You could, of course, intermix this with the bacon or the blueberries or whatever you'd like. I do want to kind of get a strawberry in the corner because I kind of like that look. There we go. And it's just a fun way to sort of augment pattern paper you may already have. Now, you could either leave these as is, or I'm going to color them in a minute. Well, a minute for you. I'll likely time lapse this to make sure that the ink is dry, because that's one thing um, with alcohol ink coloring. It does a lot better if it is dry. So I think that should be good. Stamping freeform with a block, it's really hard to go back over the ink again. But since we're going to color this anyway, I don't think it matters. The other components I grabbed for my card is I grabbed one of the sentiments out of the stamp set, Good Morning Sunshine, and I'm going to sort of float it in the middle here. I'm going to pop that up on some foam. And then I grabbed sort of a pink card base to kind of coordinate with the pink of the strawberry. So we will be back in a second and see what this looks like all colored. And we are back. You can see how the final colored piece looks. And I really like how the pink gets muted by this background. This is actually from the Cream in My Coffee paper pad that was released as part of the coffee release. And I think it's going to look really cool, like matted on this deep pink. So I think we will get this guy glued down, and then all we really need to do is put some dimensional on. I was thinking about rounding the corners. I don't think I need to. I think it's going to look pretty nice the way it is. Anyway, the neat thing about coloring on sort of a non-white paper is generally will mute your tones down if that is something you want to do. If not, you do whatever brings you joy, I guess, when it comes to coloring. Also, the pattern paper is probably most well suited to coloring like this, where you're sort of quick coloring a pretty straightforward image. Um, I've never had any issues coloring on the pattern paper, but I think it's a lot easier to see what you're doing on white. So I am just going to grab my scissors and put down a line of foam adhesive here. A little on the long side. This is just essentially this was an inch and sorry, 5.5 inches, and all I did by 1 inch, and then I just used a fancy punch on the edges. So all we need to do is pull the release paper and decide. I like this in the middle. I think you could do it on the top, but I kind of like this as sort of just on the midline. And I did this in ginger ink just to sort of bring in essentially a warmer brown to match the warmer brown in the background. But I think this looks like a lot of fun. I think similar to the hop card, this is it could be anything kind of card. So I tend to leave the inside blank for those because You could either take a strip of this pattern paper and use that, but I like to leave them sort of versatile depending on what I'm doing. So thanks for checking this out, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.